You're holding Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon. Wall Street just called their earnings a beat. Analysts are cheering, stock popped, and you're sitting there thinking, numbers look great, I'm good. You're not good, not because they lied, because what they did is 100% legal. And that's the scariest part. $300 billion, that's how much big tech spent on AI last year alone. Almost none of it showed up as an expense. How? 3 letters, CIP. Stay with me. There is a time bomb buried inside every big tech earnings report right now. The market is completely ignoring it. I'm Moon. I obsess over how institutions move money, the mechanics, the psychology, the timing. If something about these stocks feels off but you can't name it, this is exactly what that feeling is. Subscribe. And if this hits different, like the video, it genuinely helps. Today, 3 things. Why $300 billion in spending never hit the income statement. How $119 billion in debt legally vanished off the balance sheet where money is quietly moving before most people realize it. Let's go. CIP, construction in progress. Normal accounting concept: when you're building something, you don't expense it while it's still under construction. Think of it like building a house. While it's still a construction site, it's not a home yet. You don't count the mortgage payments as rent. You wait until it's finished, move in, and then the clock starts. Makes sense for a house. Here's the problem. Big tech is treating AI data centers as CIP, GPU server clusters, cooling systems, power grids, billions leaving the bank every quarter. Completion date? Nobody knows. Some are waiting on permits, some on power connections, some waiting on NVIDIA to actually ship the chips. So while they wait, every dollar sits in the CIP account. No depreciation, no expense, profits look clean. Let me make this real. Google's 2025 Capex $75 billion. Big chunk goes into CIP, zero depreciation, zero earnings impact. Now, the second those data centers come online in 2026, 2027, they transfer out of CIP, depreciation clock starts. Barclays ran the numbers. They're warning Wall Street is dramatically underestimating future depreciation costs. Alphabet alone, $28 billion in depreciation just for 2026. Already locked in, not a forecast. Locked in. And that's just Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, same playbook. All of them have billions sitting in CIP right now, all of it coming due at roughly the same time. The industry calls what happens next the earnings cliff. Right now, big tech is sprinting full speed. The ground feels solid. Nobody is looking at where the edge is. You're probably thinking, okay, but big tech has cash. They can absorb it. Here's the second problem. December 2025, the Financial Times drops this report. Oracle, Meta, xAI, CoreWeave. These 4 companies used SPV's special purpose vehicles to pull $119 billion of AI debt completely off their balance sheets. Let me break it down. Say you want to borrow $50 million, but you don't want it on your credit report. So you create a shell company, call it Moonlight Holdings. Moonlight borrows the money. You just rent your own building back from Moonlight. Your balance sheet? Clean. Your actual obligation? $50 million. That is exactly what these companies did. Oracle built SPVs, BlackRock, JP Morgan, PIMCO poured money in. Oracle leased the data centers back from those SPVs. Oracle's books? No debt. Credit rating untouched. But they effectively borrowed $66 billion. Meta did the same $30 billion through SPVs, then weeks later went back to the bond market and borrowed another $30 billion on top. Here's what nobody's talking about. When one of these companies hits trouble, AI demand slows. Utilization drops, the SPV collapses. BlackRock takes the hit. JP Morgan takes the hit. The pain spreads through the entire financial system in ways nobody can predict. You know what this structure reminds me of? Mortgage risk packaged into special vehicles, sold to financial institutions as clean assets, until it wasn't. Now it's AI debt. Different product, same architecture. A banker told the Financial Times directly there are already dangerous loans and potential credit risks in the private credit market. When AI uncertainty combines with private credit going bad, the next few years are going to be very interesting. When a banker calls something interesting, that's Wall Street for terrifying. So why has the market kept going up? 8 years, 900% for the Magnificent Seven. 144% for everyone else. For institutions, big tech wasn't just a trade, it was the trade. Numbers look clean, stock keeps climbing. I can't be the one who misses this. But something structural has broken. Big tech's Capex to operating cash flow hit 54% in 2025. By 2026, analysts say it could cross 100%. These companies built their entire premium valuation on being asset light. No factories, no inventory, pure software margins. That's why they trade at 40 times, 50 times earnings. Here's the thing about that valuation. It was earned when Google's biggest asset was code, when Meta's biggest cost was engineers. That era is ending. Now they're building massive physical infrastructure, issuing bonds, doing layoffs to fund GPU purchases. Oracle's AI server rental gross margin, 16% averaged over 5 straight quarters. Warehouse margins, but still priced like a software company. Here's where it gets interesting. All that Capex has to land somewhere physically. Power infrastructure, electrical equipment, industrial materials, cooling systems. The cash that used to flow to shareholders through buybacks is now flowing into old economy sectors. Institutions that see this are already repositioning. Quietly. One signal to watch when CIP balances start dropping sharply in quarterly filings. That's when the assets go live. Depreciation clock starts. That's your trigger. Let me land this. 3 things the market is not pricing in. 1. $300 billion in AI spending barely touched the income statement because of CIP. The profits look clean. They're not. 2. $119 billion in debt was legally hidden through SPVs. When it unwinds, it doesn't just hurt big tech. It moves through BlackRock, JP Morgan, the entire private credit market. 3. Depreciation hits start in 2026, escalate through 2028. The stocks that beat earnings every quarter are going to start missing. Hard. Is this bad news? No. Money never disappears. It just moves. And when you can see where it's moving, you can stand at the destination before it arrives. That's the only real edge retail has over institutions. They manage billions. They can't turn fast. We can. That's always been the game. Know where the money is going? Get there first. Protect and grow what you've built. If this video helped you see something differently, like subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear it. I make these videos because this stuff matters and nobody else is explaining it this way. I'm not making this content so you can keep chasing stock tips and watch your wealth slowly disappear. I want you to read Flow yourself, make your own calls, and protect and grow what you've built. Numbers can be made to look like anything, but the structure never lies. See you in the next one.